Alright, so back for, I think, the final stream of this. A couple things to note. One, I updated the death counter, because it occurred to me I didn't count that death in the Kairos gate, because it was kind of like an optional challenge mode, but it was still death, right? It's not like I won there and stopped. Clive died, and that was the end of it. So, I threw that death on the list. It was the 10th floor Benedicta, I think. That's what I remember anyways, because I didn't remember how to fight her. And aside from that, I have played this a little bit in the meantime. Specifically, I just messed around in the Kairos gate some more. But that's about it. Let's get back to it as we just wrap up the final few bits of this DLC. I have a cool, edgy sword for Clive now. Well, specifically, I have my sword look this way. It's not actually this sword, because the sword that looks like this status is like half, so. But yes, let's go to the hand of Tethys. Within this ancient menhir awaits a harrowing trial in which Clive must race to overcome a host of deadly foes, wielding the blessing of but a single icon, Leviathan. Yeah, I was messing around in the Kairos gate and not using Leviathan, to be honest. Okay. Deluge is that. Crossbow brings them together, so I would probably want to do that and then that. Enemy 48 times with Tidal Torrent, Charge Torrent, or Precision. Okay, that's fine. Tidal Stream, Charge Stream, or Precision Stream. Wait, what is the difference? Oh, it's just... No, wait, no, it's all... Final verdict on Leviathan or combat, yay or nay? I think it's fun. I'd rather begin the commencement on violence. Hey, Captain. Also, hey, Katie. So I was talking about how I wasn't using Leviathan, right? But I think Leviathan's very good for what it is. It's just Leviathan's utility is in mid-range and doing those kind of mix-ups, and I'm just not good at stuff like that. Okay, this is using Deluge. This is using Crosswell. Right. I need to do this. Then click with iconic ability and land 10 magic bursts. Okay. Oh, I messed that up a little. Oh. I've messed this up. I didn't even do a dodge properly. Okay, I need to actually get you to do.
Nice try.
Oh, that was sloppy. I did get all of them there though, so at least I got the time bonuses. Also, I didn't even see what level these guys were set at, because one of the weird things about this is Uh, That said, I will say too, like for this kind of challenge where you have to just use a single icon, I actually really like being stuck using Leviathan. Because more so than some of them, it feels like it's its own, like, move set you can play around with. And I think Rama does a similar thing, but I prefer Leviathan's version instead of Rama's. It's just, it's hard for me to think of working it together with the other icons properly. Crosswell does that, Abyssal Tear. Ah, we're going to do that first then, okay. Okay, how do we... Do I hit it again for that? I didn't even mess with this at all. Crosswell at least is easy enough. Some of them seem like they're going to be super hard either. Should do is just to get some health back, actually. Yeah, like the fact these guys haven't leveled up at all is kind of ridiculous. Oh, I forgot to... I didn't finish off an enemy, though. I won't get the full bonus for doing... Yeah, I didn't do a punish, and I didn't do 10 magic bursts either. Which is fine. They would have... it would have been worth it, though, just to slip them in a little bit. As an aside, I get I could have done this earlier. It is wild to me that they set this to also be level 38. Like, come on, guys. This should level to Clive. This is the one that it's the most ridiculous it doesn't. Alright. Abyssal Tear, and then Tsunami. Get 2 enemies with a single Tsunami. I mean, that's going to be easy enough, honestly. Yeah, it seems like Trousers should just level sync. They really should. Like, I believe the Already Stone harder versions do. But that's still... I'm not even gonna mess with you guys.
Nice try.
Get it. They would really learn how to fight these guys more. I'm too close. Whoops. Yeah, like I'm not even doing these trials particularly well. Like again, see, I didn't do a punish or a multi-burst there when I definitely could have. But because I'm over leveled and over geared for it, which like I don't care too much about. It just seems silly to me that like even ignoring level syncing. I mean, maybe if you ran through the story. No, there's no way you get this far at this level. Oh, hey, another behemoth. The Trial Proctor. Deluge and Tsunami. Oh, that's what I thought you were doing earlier.
Nice try.
You probably should actually be taking me out. That's okay. Get shot. Never mind. Underestimate the semi-competence of gamers. Okay, well, I did not realize how easy peasy that was gonna be. I thought it was gonna at least be like leveled to freaking what the DLC should expect. But, you know, why did I think that? Clearly that was me being a dumb. Yeah, we can leave the Chronicles. Could always get pushed in by doing the herder one. Oh yeah, too good of a gamer. I'm too good. Gamer god here. Okay. Is that... Alright. Well, in the meantime, we can now go back and collect all these side quests. Which is the real meat. Hopefully at least one of these is going to be real dumb in a satisfying way.
Praise be to the heavens, for the child is saved.
Praise be to the heavens. You don't have anything new yet, do you?
My
Probably
friend,
once I do a side quest.
I have news.
Alright, Finette. You bothered me like 3 times last stream about this. What is it?
I think I might have found a way to break Talor's curse.
Go on.
Well, after listening to the village elders and scouring every likely-looking tome in the library, I learned that not all Tombries are the same little green menaces we know and loathe.
They're not
Apparently,
that little.
a chosen few live to incredible ages and grow to many times the size of their counterparts.
A Tonberry King?
The folktales hold that it's the very eldest of these, the Tombury Kings, who
Aw,
wield
snap.
the curses, and that their magics bind their victims to them, that they might continue to feed on their pain.
So if we slay the one that cast the curse, the feeding will cease.
But that was my thinking, yes. Though I doubt it'll be easy. These kings are not just bigger, they're stronger too. And if the tales are true, their followers will defend them to the death. It is a perilous proposition, in short, but it may also be Talor's only hope. What say you?
I'm always down for hunting a super enemy. Sneak out and slay the Tonberry King. Hell yeah.
I'll do it. Even if killing this king doesn't break the curse, the city will be a safer place for its removal.
Thank you.
So then, where will I find it?
That, alas, I do not know. It must have woven the curse at the altar in Father's Fell, but as to where it is now...
Fanet, you were the one asking about Tonberries, right? Because there's a whole bloody army of them out on the cloak.
What?
Excellent.
But why would they stray so far? And why now?
They
There's
know
only
the
one way
king
to
has a
find
challenge
out.
coming.
I'll head up the mountain and see what's going on.
Time to go after the Elvis
Right.
Tonberry.
Thank you. And please, be careful.
Someone must have done that at some point, right? A Tonberry King, except it's a Tonberry in like an Elvis costume. That's too obvious to not exist, right?
We can talk about the king later. It's more important that we find out why the Tomberries are massing on the cloak.
Okay. This also reminds me, because I went and made this one, which has these ones, but I'll go back to, yeah, we'll go back to this one. Although, this is Leviathan, keep Tsunami, these can stay the same. Oh, I see why I did this the way I did this, okay. I guess I can leave it like this. I'll miss Shiva, but that's okay, I'll live.
Hey, mister, over here.
What's up, Eric? Averick?
Please,
Averick?
mister, you've got to help us. The village is in danger, and if someone doesn't do something... you should have seen it.
Stop. Take a deep breath and tell me everything. Starting with your name.
Sorry, my name's Eirik. When you went up to the Ereval with Miss
Eirik,
Shula,
okay.
Well, I followed you.
You could have been killed.
Lady Shula told us you lot were great warriors, so I thought I'd be alright if I stayed close like.
Okay.
I lost track of you in the woods, and that's when I saw it.
Saw what?
A great, big, dripping, drooling monster. Spitting out great spouts of water it was, that were tearing up the ground and cutting down trees.
Spouts of water. I
Okay.
don't recall seeing anything like that in the forest.
Is it another
Well,
Super
I did,
Pericos?
and I don't ever want to see it again. You'll get rid of it, won't you?
Man, these are all just hunts. I'm okay with that.
Right. If this creature is as terrible as you claim, it could well pose a threat to the village. I'll see what I can do.
Thanks, mister. It was over by the Swift one that I saw it. Maybe it's still there.
Time to go
Then
be
that's
a
where I'll
fight
start my
boy.
search. But this time, you're going to stay here. Understood?
I wouldn't go through those gates for 1,000 gil. Not with that thing out there. Good luck, though.
Oh, little kid. You think 1000 gil is impressive. Oh, did I make sure to do that yet? Well, let's talk to him real fast
It was
first.
near the Swift when I saw the monster. You've got to do something.
Would it be in items? Where does it show the money I have on me right now? Okay, so you know how it says I have 5,161 gil? So when you get the Kairos Gate, every time you finish something, you get some of that Rima, right?
Yes?
So, oh, I need to go to
Good time you.
I need to go to an item shop. That's fine. The item shop is over here. So that's just a sellable. So you know you can get some money if you do that.
When you've decided
So-
what you want, just let me know.
I am, in fact, not nearly as poor as I seem to be, because it does add up.
Very well.
I don't know if I have anything to spend that money on, but I have it now.
It's good to have him back.
I don't know if there's gonna be... There might be more music after I do these side quests. Or I might have just missed them, too. Oh, Shula has a side quest. As does Delina. They might have added stuff now that I've finished the DLC. I don't know.
My lord, might I have a moment of your time? I would beg of you a service.
Certainly. What is it?
It's a long story. But before we get to that, would I be right in thinking Lady Shula told you about the witch from the north?
Jill's ancestor,
Yes.
yes.
She said that your ancestors found her here, and that it was she who taught them the spell to stop time. She was like Walius, you know. A dominant. The Warden of Ice.
Shiva?
My great-grandmother suspected as much. She cared for the poor woman when the end was near. And it was she whose duty became to attend her grave. A duty that was passed down to me.
I see. And the service you would beg of me?
You need me to do your job for you?
Until recently, the path to the grave had long been blocked by a fallen tree. But when our woodsmen finally found time to move it, we quickly realized it might have been better had they not. On trying to clear the rest of the path, you see, we discovered that a flock of bloodthirsty beasts had claimed the cliffs beyond. None of us was a match for them. But you, my lord, have proven your strength many times over. Would you drive them away for us?
So, like, this game is all about combat in general, the way they set it up, right? But a lot of times the side quests would obfuscate this with, like, oh, get this thing for us instead. Do this fetch quest. And, you know, just on the way you get into a fight. This set of side quests are like, screw that. You know what you're here for. You know why we're here. Go fight the thing.
Of course. I'll see the path is made safe.
Thank you, my lord. The grave is in a place called Witch Drop. To reach it, one must turn left at the Winged Wains, then follow the path around to the right, deep into the forest.
Why so far from Haven?
It was where she lived. When our ancestors first came to Mysidia, they found her there, in an old abandoned village, and it was her heartfelt wish to return there in death. So when she passed away, my great-grandmother had a stone erected for her on the cliffs overlooking the place she once called home.
How thoughtful. Well then, no time like the present. Left at the ships, then round to the right, you said.
Just so. Thank you once again, my lord. I will join you at the grave anon.
At the grave of none. Okay, prioritize quest. She going to leave? No, she's gonna wait for this
If all
credit.
goes well, you will be the first to visit Witch Drop in many moons. Just turn left at the Winged Wains, then follow the path around to the right, as I told you. It will take you straight to where the fiends were sighted.
Alright, this is Reign of Pain. Lost in the woods. Beyond the grave. Aha! This is actually a way I couldn't even go yet. So that's nice to know. Alright. Shula, what do you have for us?
You wouldn't happen to have some time on your hands, would you, Clive? Only I was wondering if you might help me with something else.
Go
Don't tell
on.
me. Another unruly dominant.
Not quite, but a dangerous foe nonetheless. It promises to be quite a hunt. Care to join me?
Go hunting with Shula. Wow, this one's even more straightforward than the others.
All right. Tell me about our quarry.
A fiendish, cold-blooded beast known as a Givra. Normally, we leave such animals well alone, and for good reason.
Is that a kind of
I have an
wyvern?
even better reason to want its tongue.
Its tongue.
If you'll permit me, tributary, I can explain.
Certainly, Yamila.
It's been over a week since my sister gave birth to her first child, yet she still isn't back on her feet. We've tried everything to restore her spirits. physics and nostrums, the laying on of hands and of leeches, but all to no avail.
I still do
The
leeches.
healers tell me there's only one hope left. A broth as potent as its ingredients are perilous to procure.
It isn't only Yamila's sister who stands to benefit from this, by the way. There's her baby to think of, and Walias, too. She'd agreed to be his wet nurse, you see.
I'd be glad to help.
Thank you.
Oh, do we have the whole
Our
crew for
hunters
this one?
have no shortage of skill, but this task calls for more than that. And it won't be achieved through weight of numbers either. The Givra is as wary a foe as it is a deadly one. 2 hunters might catch it unawares, but any more than that, and it would pick up our scent a league away.
Then it is decided. The 2 of you will go, while Jill and I occupy ourselves here.
Perhaps we might help prepare the broth.
That would be most kind of you.
Come then, Clive. The river of time flows fast, and so must we. There's a Givra that has claimed the ruins at the foot of the mountain as its hunting ground. But as I say, they are wary creatures. We'll need suitable bait to draw it out. The flesh of a forest ibex should suffice.
To the forest, then.
Oh, sweet. Now we actually have to murder one of the deer. Isn't that great, Katie?
There's nothing a Givra loves more than a fat haunch of ibex.
There speaks the voice of experience. Do you hunt often?
Since I was a girl, my father would take me. Then after he returned to the sea, Yamila's father. Our families have always been close. Even if her sister wasn't Walias's wet nurse, I couldn't stand by and watch her suffer.
A storm for the ages, that was.
Alright. Where do we need to go? Last licks? Lost in the woods, beyond the grave. Last licks was the one. Okay. Come, Ambrosia.
Good girl.
I'm glad Ambrosia has the ability to materialize out of nothingness.
Where will we find them?
Further in.
No, too soon. Oh, hey, a goblin coin.
These will do nicely.
Oh. Ultimate demise. Roasted ibex.
You're finished.
She was like, oh, holy shit, Clive. How are we going to make... We can't get... There's no meat left. You exploded them with a beam of orbital laser. It's like, I just wanted to beat them quickly. So extreme. Oh, she must have killed that one while we were killing the others.
Return to the sea. And to the clouds rise again.
Look, we're doing it to help a mother, which theoretically will help keep 2 babies alive.
We have our bait, then. What next?
Next, we pay a visit to the Dark Gate to pick some local weed. It'll help disguise our scent.
Oh, now we're gonna get high. Oh, sweet. It's on the way, too. Isn't that lovely? Oh, right. You have to hit R2 again. Okay. I'm actually surprised nothing I'm doing is messing with the
There should be a
Karens.
sprig or 2 of local weed growing somewhere around here. Look for the golden leaves.
When you say golden leaves, how big an area are we talking about here? Alright, so it's back that way. Oh, there it is. I'm freaking blind. I'm like, I thought that was it. But I didn't see the gather thing there.
Aye, that's the stuff. Crush the leaves between your fingertips and rub them on your clothes.
If you insist. You could have warned me about the smell.
Like corruption, isn't it? We'll have an honor guard of flies before long. But it'll stop the Givra from noticing us. Its nose will tell it we're nothing but a feast for worms.
Oh, I feel so much better.
We can wash it off afterwards. If there's one good thing about the Givra choosing the ruins for its hunting ground, it's that there's plenty of fresh water nearby.
Well, I'm gonna guess the Givra then. Not the Givra, that the local weed smells a little bit like I mean, it's probably just decay, but it could also smell like poop, which would be very on brand. It is kind of weird that with the most anime action gameplay engine they've done, they went with also the like most gritty, almost Game of Thrones-esque
Givras are creatures of habit. Look for some sign of its passing. It's sure to return to the same place sooner or later.
Alright, sign of passing. This thing?
Marking its territory.
Something was. A curl, maybe.
Yeah, we don't want to fight a Carl, that's fine. Alright, it's fine, we can go this way. Oh, listen to Torgal go. He's so excited. Oh wait, is there something here maybe? No? Was it over here? Ah, okay. Like a track in the water or something.
Tracks. But I assume they're too small to belong to a Givra.
You're right. They're barely big enough to belong to a Givra's breakfast.
Alright. Running around. It makes no sense to pull out Ambrosia, just have to get off her. Oh.
A fresh kill.
But not a Givra's. The wounds are too clean. Too small.
Okay, well, either the whole thing is a trick, and you need to do all of them to make the final one appear, or it's this one. And it is, of course, the last one I look at. Oh, I mean, I guess while we're here, Torgal.
You get so big.
That looks like a bigger track.
Like a predator's tracks. You can clearly make out the claws.
And not just any claws. These belonged to a Givra. There's no mistaking them. We'll lay the bait here.
Let's hope our friend is hungry.
Givra, Givra, Givra.
Still no sign.
Patience, Clive. Hunting's not something you can rush.
Have you stalked these beasts before?
Once. Givras are fast, so the job called for a bearer. But even with my knack, it was a close-run thing.
Okay. These are just... Right, because it's a side quest, they would only just give you general things. Clive patience. In Clive's defense, the world is literally ending right now.
Not many leaders would take such risks for their people.
Says the man who battled an icon to save a boy he barely knew.
They gave
It is the
away
way of
5
the Monks
years.
of Water to use what gifts we've
It's
been
also
given
true.
for the good of all. And I gather it's your way too.
It was Sid, the man whose name I bear.
Aww.
He fought for his people and their future with every fiber of his being. And I'm just following in his footsteps.
I remember
In
Sid,
many ways, you remind me of him.
just with a vastly inferior voice.
You're confusing daring with desperation.
Not that, like, your accent doesn't have its own charm to it. It's just, Sid's voice was a 10 out of 10 S-tier voice. Yeah, it's like a big wyvern.
Our guest has finally arrived.
Shall we greet him?
It'd be rude not to.
So it was a particularly good mentor figure who got an S-tier voice, so... Yeah, exactly.
Don't let it escape.
Oh, this is one that keeps going, okay.
Nice try.
Yeah, let's go. You know what we should do anyways? That is very confusing to see through, honestly. It's not really made for boss fights so much as it's made for when you're fighting a bunch of mooks. Alright, are you gonna survive this? It looks like you are. That was not a great fight. I arrive from Magic the Gathering Commander Night. Hey, Dill. Oh, we got a Dragon Talon. I feel like I must have gotten this one before, but maybe not. Upon close inspection of a lesser dragon's foot, one may observe that the middle talon is considerably longer than the rest. This extended appendage is used to puncture the fleshy parts of the creature's prey, causing severe blood loss and weakening them for the kill. I didn't realize Dragon Soul had Velociraptor claws. But yeah, welcome. I'm doing the side quests after I really easily got through Leviathan's trial. But that's because they didn't level it up at all, so.
You weren't exaggerating when you said they were dangerous.
They're forces of nature, all right. And with this one's passing, the river of life has calmed.
Oh, look at its nice big juicy tongue, which is what we killed it for.
O roaring torrent, son of storms, may your spirit run free in the open ocean.
Anyways, pull the tongue out.
This flesh I claim, that your gifts might rain down upon us this day, and our river flow in spate once more.
Oh. So what is this Magic the Gathering Commander Night? Did they unveil a new commander, or is it like a special event thing they were doing?
Well then, let's return to the village. We must get this tongue to Ymilla before it spoils.
I do not want this tongue to spoil on us, so that is fair enough. Let's go back. We'll teleport to here. Oh, wait a second. Didn't they give me a thing to just teleport back to people? Did I skip that?
It looks like most of the elders' blessings.
Night of the week, people play the commander format at the local game shop. Oh, so you were out and about. That's nice. That's always good. I'm very bad about engaging in, like, actual external activities based on nerd things I enjoy. Save it way to explain why I'm late. Alright. That's fair enough. I also know a lot of times, although you have been saying stuff at the beginning of these because of all the fishy fun we've been getting to with Leviathan. I know sometimes you like to lurk too. Anyways, here lady, take your tongue.
Tributary, my lord. Did all proceed as planned?
It did. Here. One Geaver tongue, as promised.
Givre tongue. For centuries, people of the north have brewed teas made with tongue of Givre to cure myriad ailments of both body and mind, much to the chagrin of the region's Givres, who rarely survive the removal process. Plummets from the sky, crash into the roof of the nearby building. Hey, Darth. We harvested a dragon's tongue for science. I have a local games for now. I'm going to use it the occasional Monday and D&D on a Wednesday. Oh, that's fun. Did I... Have you mentioned that? I just blanked on it earlier if it's come up. I was going to ask if... Are you DMing that or are you actually getting to play in that? Nick Kitty with all this crashing in. Darth, well, I have an excuse.
Thank you. I shall add it to the broth at once. By your leave, tributary.
If there is anything else that we can do to help, you need only ask.
No, no. You've already done more for my family than I can ever repay.
It's mostly come up in Tuesday Gotcha Madness. Gotcha. Oh,
Just
and
as
it's
you have,
they're doing a
Clive,
Theros
for my
campaign.
family.
Okay.
I only regret that I have nothing to offer you in return but my gratitude.
It's more than enough. Besides, I'm no less grateful to you.
For what?
for welcoming my friends and I into your midst. For showing us how your people live.
Yeah, this place
But
does not
reminding
suck,
me that the world
which is
we strive
nice.
to create, where bearers can live alongside their fellow men in peace and comfort, is no mere fantasy.
I'd hardly call it comfort. Every day is a struggle. Though we do at least struggle together, it's true.
As must we all. I only ask that ye remember the cost of using your gifts as a bearer.
You are
I
becoming
know that
stone.
You feel it's your duty to do whatever you can to help your people. But you have a child to think about now. And Wallis has lost enough.
Oh, that's
I
kind
shall
of
bear that in mind.
a... she said
That's
bear,
all I ask.
like bearer.
Oh, and if there is anything else that we can do to help, well, you know.
Thank you. Truly.
Oh, this is probably going to give us our like last little knick-knack thing. Okay. So, Dearth explained. There was a tornado in the Chicago area 2 weeks ago. Well, I'm glad you're okay. Tornadoes are scary. And it's been a bad year for that. It's been a bad year for extreme weather, really. Katie with DMs aren't allowed to be players. And there are 3 to 4 DMs, myself included, willing. But with 7 players, if anyone else shows up to play, the table might get split. On tonight, so I would have the opportunity to get some ingredients. So you could take another crack at baklava tomorrow. Oh. Oh, that sounds yummy. Wait a second. Residual dark ether reflect. Enhances Odin's iconic feat, Armor of Darkness, increasing Sun Tetsukin's area of effect, while allowing for execution of the ability at any time, regardless of recovery status. Oh, so you don't even need the rift sub. You can just pop it anywhere. Okay, that's kind of neat. I thought for sure we were going to get like the little symbol for this thing. Did someone say DM? Hey, Donnie. That was another side quest, The Waters of Life. That's probably going to be the one that actually wraps it up, but we'll do that later. That DM man.
It is good to have him back.
DM Ann. Alright. Let's go find this Tomberry who thinks it can be Elvis.
Can't claim I ever had high hopes for you lot, but there's no arguing with how things have turned out. Still not sure we're ready to throw open our gates to any old outsider who happens to come traipsing by. But I'm glad the tributary took a risk on you.
Okay, Karen. Have you ever thought that even if you are going to be a bitch and be like, I don't trust you outsiders, that telling us you feel that way after we have empirically helped save your village from devastation and also save the baby is not the fucking time, and you should just maybe keep it to yourself? This goddamn wary... I'm not DMing. Thetan. It's just Satan with a lisp. Thetan. Okay. After that stupid NPC, let's go fight some Tonberries.
Found her. They're almost at the gate. But they won't be coming any closer.
Oh, let's actually do some healing. Get fished. Karen Instant Karma Compilation 2024. Satisfying. Wow, that gave me a fair bit for having to do almost nothing there. Sometimes that does happen though, which is
I
satisfying.
should buy Haven some time at least.
Clive, are you all right?
Yeah, I shot them from a distance with my fish gun.
Fine. We've taken care of the immediate threat.
thank the tides. I was worried I was going to lose you both. Talor, he took a sudden turn for the worse just after you left.
What? Is he?
No, he's hanging on. I fear the Tombury King may have begun the cursing ritual again. In earnest this time.
She said
I
cursing,
can't
or did she
imagine
say
there being
cursed?
here as a coincidence.
Yeah, either
I think
way.
it might be happening on this very mountain.
If it is, it won't be for long. Get back to Talor. I'm going up.
My thanks. I shall pray for both of you.
Time to climb a mountain to fight some tonberries. Holy moly. This side quest is like, yes. Just the entire path. Let's actually put on... Since we're here anyways.
Come on then. I crave an audience with your king. Over here.
Get Ultimud.
Get him. This one. Over here. This one.
Don't know if there's actually a way to be particularly stylish with Ultima.
But at least we won.
Can I just... Oh wait, no, I have to hit it again. Duh. I'm being dumb there. Just take a stroll. Yeah. You know what? I don't feel like fighting you guys. Just keep slowly rising up the cliff. Like, the Ultima style does seem to be strong. It's just kind of messy to use, really. And like Bahamut, it really can be hard to see stuff.
They don't look very regal.
Oh, this one's still up, okay. You hit me! Actually, quite a few of them have been hitting me. I'm not even paying attention. Maybe I should stop using Ultima. Even if it is a funny style. Are tombears just Sneeple in this game? They seem to be. I think we were told that they are reptiles, so... Although, I will say their tails are kind of weird to me, because let me show you these. But then again, this is a Leviathan area, but I believe they have... Now, I don't know amphibian tails too well, but these are, like... Ah, sir, can you stop? I need to actually look at your tail real fast for a second. Yeah, see? Because of the way they're going, so yeah. Because I know fish, they usually have the vertical ones.
Still no sign of the king.
I don't know with, like,
Found it had been wrong.
amphibians or swimming reptiles how the tail usually is, if it does have a fin like that, though. Yeah, those are cetacean tails. They're dolphin people or something. Yeah, which, I mean, you know, I guess maybe if you mix in enough things, it ends up being that way. I don't know. Very, oh, there's a lot of these guys here.
There's dozens of them. The king must be close.
It's always vertical on non-mammals? Okay.
Well, that's a lot of Tombres.
I'm sorry, you gonna have more? Did I say I wanted more enemies in this fight? That was such a hard fight, you guys. I had to hit one combination of buttons. Reinforcements came, and I had to hit another combination of buttons.
Looks like that's the last of them.
Because only
Out
mammals...
here, anyway.
Because only mammals undulate their vertebrae upside down due to how they
do
evolve their
like
gait.
dark places.
Oh, okay. I've thought about it, but that makes sense. Oh, this was a whole extra thing here. I never realized that. So I guess maybe the idea is, if you're like, haha, I'm gonna sneak here and you teleport to here, maybe you have to fight a bunch of tomberries going the other way. I wonder if you do have to fight... whatever. I'm not gonna waste time fighting those tomberries. Instead, just kept that vertical bend when they went back to the water. Yeah, which makes sense.
Well, I'll be damned.
He's got the crown. I think otherwise he also has just that normal giant knife they get. His might be a little bit more intimidating. The royalty. Tonberry King. He doesn't even get a rank? Okay.
It even has a crown.
Oh, he can teleport?
Sorry, Majesty, but your reign ends here.
Oh. He's got moves. Okay. This is gonna actually be close. I came in here a little bit. I didn't dodge that properly. Well, there we go. I got cocky. But he also actually has, like, unique moves, too, which, you know. Berry King 1. At least we died in something where only our friends could see and not Shula. That would have been embarrassing. I bet Shiva would have been really good against you, but... Tana Grape Archduke. I messed that up, damn. Oh, that comes out really fast, okay. He's got sword beams! Let's just whip out these guys. Dark Souls Tonberry. Oh right, parries are a thing you can do. Really, especially with that big fuck off blade. Good old everybody's good. Alright, well, I'm doing better this time at least. Why are you pushing him away from the thing you need, Clive? I still might die though, I think. Fire all the lasers! Fine, you guys want to do this? I can do this. Oh, he keeps summoning more and more of them. Oh no. Ooh. There we go. Excellent. So as soon as you beat him, he'll give you stuff so that Clive can have a Tonberry blade. That could be neat. Now, Twitch's streaming code looks like a mosaic. Yeah, I can imagine that. I can only stream at such a high bit rate. Notched Tang. For a Tonberry, a creature driven by its pure, unadulterated hate for those who have slain his brethren, a sharp blade is ultimately a gauge of his commitment. The more honed its edge, the more honed the killer's intent. Obtained by defeating the Tonberry King.
It's done. Which means the curse should be broken.
That was a pretty cool fight, though. It doesn't matter for you, but if the screen becomes busy enough, it will just do that. Oh, that's fair. I think I did before where I would just do a bunch of the side quests and go into town at once, but Might as well should do these as they come. Why not?
Clive! Is it done then?
It is. I was going to ask if there had been any change in Talor's condition, but judging by that smile on your face, I think I already know the answer.
You do? Talor! He's back!
Yeah, sometimes when the lighting hits them in certain ways, you get
Thank you, my lord.
shine off the model.
I can never repay you for everything you've done for me. I owe you my life.
I'm just glad the curse is lifted. There is one thing I'd like to know, though. If you don't mind my asking. What made you seek the Tombury's help in the first place?
Oh, that. Well, you deserve to know. It was years ago now, back in my trading days. The Sons of Greek arrested me in Oriflamme, chained me up in a lightless cell with a great sword hung over my head, ready to fall if I didn't confess. Though they never said to what.
Wow, they literally did that to you?
I didn't, of course. So eventually they just let me go. And I never told a soul. Tried to forget it ever happened. But then you came along and the sight of your sword brought it all flooding back. I couldn't sleep, couldn't eat, couldn't hardly breathe, and I thought that if I gave my old chain to the Tomburys, maybe they could take all that pain away. All that anger. But it only made it worse.
Yeah, because they're Tonberries.
Fallen. And the men who tortured you likely fell with it.
If only I'd known, I might have spared everyone a lot of trouble. I'd convinced myself that you were like them, that all outsiders were the same, but you're not. Far from it. Thank you, son. Thank you.
I'm not your son, old man. But you got me a dope boss fight, so I'm okay with you. Like, that Tomberry King fight was fun. I like the fight against the Timekeeper more. The boss of the DLC that wasn't Leviathan, but...
Clive, there's something I need to tell you. After we parted ways on the path to the cloak, I went straight back to Talor and explained to him what you were doing on his behalf. And just like that, his pain began to fade.
What do you mean? Just like that? The Tombury King would have still been alive. I had to contend with dozens of his minions before I found him.
Then, perhaps one of them warned him of your coming and he broke off his ritual. Or, perhaps knowing that an outsider was fighting for him was what lifted the weight from Talor's heart. I know, from experience, that many illnesses are not wholly
You say this was psychosomatic?
of the
I'ma
spirit,
kill him!
at least in part.
Was there ever really a curse then? Or was Talor simply suffering from the pain of his memories? And the guilt of what he'd done? For all the difference it makes. I suppose we'll never know.
Maybe not. But this much I do know. It was your strength and your selflessness that healed his heart in the end.
I'll be sure to tell my healer friend when I get home.
Oh, I forgot about her. Whatever her name was. Jill's not rival for Clive's attention. Oh, we got an Orichalcum. That one I know we have found before. I guess since Clive did die in my playthrough once the Tonberry King, it would make sense that he would be kind of irritated by having to fight it. But oh well. He's a weird little person that was like an off-brand Praise Evan. Praise Evan. Yeah, now that you say it, I wonder if... Because I mean, it was a weird salute kind of thing they were doing. But I wonder... It was kind of bothering me. I'm like, it kind of looks like something. I mean, it's also just kind of a little bit close to how you... In Wuxia, how you would bow to a little bit. Just obviously leaving the hands open and not bowing all the same way. I think it might have been the Crazy Evan thing I was thinking of, where it was like uncannily like almost there, but not really. Is that another side quest, or are you just in the way? You're just in the way right now, okay.
Talor's back to his old self. No trace of his pain remains. And it's all thanks to you.
You saved my life, son. I swear to you that I will never go near those Tomberries again.
I mean, that's fine. I think I might have genocided them. Not really, but... it'll be faster to teleport, won't it? Lost in the woods or beyond the grave. We'll go here. Interlocks fingers instead of pretending to hold a sphere. Yeah. Oh, I left myself as on Tets again. Okay.
The hunter.
Yeah, we'll leave ourselves on Leviathan. So I was just figuring out what style I wanted to go with.
It's you. Nasser's savior.
Are you all right? What happened?
I was tracking an ibex when a great spout of water struck me square in the back. Sent me flying all the way across the clearing.
Did you see what made it?
No. All I heard was a noise.
Okay.
An ear-splitting din.
As long as it's not an ear-splitting the Nairu.
Might this be the culprit? Leave him to us.
It's an adamantoise?
You've caused enough trouble.
Did I not? Oh, I didn't hit it right. Oh well. Oh, am I off to the side where I'm bouncing off? Or are you just that tanky? He might just be that tanky. Did I say I wanted to fight? Okay, yeah, weirdly, I think that first on Tetsugen might have bounced off. So I'm gonna guess that was not the thing, in fact.
Well, that wasn't too bad.
Yeah, because it's just a random Archelon.
To the village, but you can't blame the boy for being scared.
You made that look a lot easier than it was.
Do you think that was the beast which attacked you?
That thing? Not a chance. Would have heard it coming a league away. And the blast of water that hit me was beyond anything an Archelon can manage.
Oh. A boy from the village sent me in search of a beast that could conjure such things, but...
Blastoise, clearly. Oh, man.
That's it. That's the noise I heard.
The crossover we didn't
Sounded
know
like
we
it came
needed.
from the ruins.
I'll go. You head back to Haven and see a healer.
Seasoned hunter.
You keep your wits about you, all right? You don't want to end up like me.
I want me to keep going this way. Okay. Or a sniper crayfish. I think I'd rather fight the Blastoise, honestly. not what I wanted to do, actually. Alright, what's out here?
What do we have here?
Crabs? It's killed so much sea life.
Found her. Something's been busy.
Just all these game models strewn about.
Whatever this creature is, it's out for blood. But it's not having ours. Stay close, Torgal. Where are you?
There we go. It was a super Paracos. Thalaos.
Another fragment of Wallius's rage. I should have known. Time to put you to bed too.
Yeah, get blocked. Oh, you were still going. My bad.
Nice try. Too slow.
Oh, that's how that works. Okay. Get outwatered. Okay, that was a bad time to do that. And let's do this. You know what, let's just blow through this if I can. If the game gave me the ability to rename Cole, I'd name him Clive Barker. That'd be good. Even if it has Clive say Torgal, as long as it put the text there, you would know. Oh, that was dangerous, but I survived at least.
Too slow.
Okay. Oh, he was that close to hitting it already. Okay. I could just actually make a go of this, but I'll just finish off Thalos. Excellent. Enemy slain. He was not as fun as the time Mary King the fight, so. Aqueous membrane. Whereas most wings, when removed from the body of their respective owners, tend to grow hard and leathery over the course of a few days, the feather-light wings of Thalos appear to indefinitely retain an inexplicable, almost frightening, amount of moisture. Not gonna lie, the fact that the guy who got hit from behind by this thing wasn't insta-gibbed is impressive. Yeah, really. That's actually pretty good. That's, I don't know why I'm like putting qualifiers on it. That's a very good point.
Fingers crossed that's the last of them. Either way, I should let Eirik know the danger is past. For now, at least.
I guess it's one of those things where it's kind of like the level scaling for a special area. The basic villager here is built different.
You're not to go out into the woods alone.
But I wasn't alone. You're back.
So? Did you find the fiend that attacked me and young Eirik here?
I did. It won't be troubling you anymore.
Yes. I knew you'd get it.
Only because you warned me of its existence. Not that you should ever have learned of its existence, but...
All villages are built the
all's
same.
well that ends well, I suppose.
Pretty much.
What was it anyway?
A manifestation of Leviathan's power. When we visited Wallius in the Surge, he was angry and afraid. The Icon summoned these creatures for his protection. Though why one would be wandering the ruins of Riversmeet, I don't know.
Maybe it was looking for his mum. That's where she died, isn't it? The Falls.
The Falls?
Aye. When they took her baby, she threw herself off the top.
That's lovely.
We go there once a year to pay our respects. The whole village.
An Eggy is a part of its master's spirit, but...
And back to Grimdark. Yup.
Wallius wouldn't have been aware of what had happened to his mother, would he?
Well, either way, you did us a favor putting that thing to rest. Us and Wallius. Thank you.
Aye. Thanks, mister.
That said, this is at least, both in and out of context, not nearly as bad as a lot of the earlier stuff. It's at least a little bit gentler. Or Calcum. There must be like a whole last tier of gear I get from finishing all these side
I want to
quests.
be a mighty warrior like you.
Good luck, kid.
With the sword every day. Inside the village walls, like.
Really, the amount of 40k books I've consumed have been less grimdark and more wacky escapades. Those tend to go hand in hand a lot of times. Like, sometimes like a little bit offset from each other, but gonna have to wait at least 5 years, kid.
It was supposed to be me catching the beasts of the forest unawares, not the other way around. Just goes to show. You can never let your guard down.
Alright. Now we have Witch Drop over this way. Might help if I healed up, but I'm fine. When I grow up, hold on, kid, let's not get ahead of ourselves. The sad thing is, like, we know it's gonna be fine, but this is taking place before we stop the end of the world.
This should be the path to Witchdrop. Hungry, Toggle.
So his survival is not guaranteed. Also, I'm definitely not going to get it, but if I do have time to do the Kairos Gate again, one thing I should mention is if you S rank the entirety of the Kairos Gate, you won.
And here's our welcoming party.
Angry. Oh, Chronoraptors, okay. But you get a final thing, you won, you get a bonus fight. And then, it's called an Angry Grips? Okay. You get like one line of Ultima being confused and being like, are you not Mythos?
Forgive me.
Oh, damn. I should have hit my thing there. Whoops. Oh snap, when was the last time you saved in the village? If you S-rank the Kronos Gate, you get an after-credit scene of Titus breaching the water. Over here. Okay. I need to look at what that thing was so I can track that death count. Mythos, what are you doing? Yeah. I shouldn't really waste this, but I'll do it anyways, because it's funny. Didn't full heal me off that either. Huh. But yeah, like if you S rank all that, Ultima's just confused you did so well. He's like, are you not Mythos?
And here's our welcoming party.
Okay, let's do this a little bit better this time. Okay, it's called Angry Grips. Okay. All right. I did time that the right way, which is what I wanted, so. Well, let's see if we can finish it off, and if not... Man, Angry Grips had a lot of health for what he was. Oh, not enough to level up either.
Looks like that's the last of them. Now, where's the grave?
Let's actually save having done that. There's one I haven't saved in a little bit. Yes. Mythos, what are you doing? Mythos. Oh, that actually might be it for the fight.
This must be it.
My lord, thank you for making the path safe again.
In this timeline anyways, you died like a bitch in the other one.
Was that her name?
Yes. Hardly the most fitting tribute for a dominant, is it? A rough-hewn stone with naught but a given name engraved on it. But my ancestors had only been here a matter of weeks when she passed. Every day was a struggle to survive. They had neither the time nor the energy to devote to a more elaborate memorial.
Fair.
Yet they spared what they could to grant her wish, that even in death she might continue to watch over her home.
She lived down there then, in the ruins.
That's right. They were once the living quarters for those who served up in the temple. When the Northern Thanes sent her here to weave her spell, this was where she and her retinue stayed. There were priests, handmaidens, and a knight sworn to shield her from harm.
Yeah, we killed him too.
Of course, they were all gone by the time my ancestors arrived, fled or dead in the Western Wars.
All except Ise, who remained till the end. Alone.
Either that or maybe that was a magic construct she made based on him.
At least, that is the story as it's been handed down in Haven. But there is an epilogue to the tale. One known only to Lady Shula and myself. Some years after Ise's passing, you see, my grandmother came here to tend the grave and found a stranger kneeling
Just like
before
Jill.
it. A knight, dressed head to toe in plate. She asked of him who he was and whence he had come, but received no answer. The only words he spoke were, "Tell me true, whose grave is this?" So she told him of how her people had met and cared for Ise, and how she had died. His only reaction was to stare up at the air of hours in silence. Then he left, never to be seen again.
Until we saw him and then killed
You
him.
said he was wearing plate. Was it black and gold?
Do you know something of him?
When we went up to the Air of Hours to unravel the spell, we were set upon by a shade in the shape of a knight in full plate. It manifested in front of the Vare, and in its ether, I felt Shiva, the witch.
You think this may have been the same man my great-grandmother met? Ise's knight?
I don't know. Maybe.
I mean, why not?
All I can say for sure is it was intent on protecting her creation.
Or perhaps her spirit? What remained of her ether, preserved in the Vare? Perhaps his spirit too became enraveled in her spell, frozen in an eternal vigil.
How romantic.
Till we ended it.
If the shade you fought was Ise's knight, then ending it was the greatest gift you could have given him. Now he can return to the sea, to be with his lady once more. And if his spirit should ever return here to visit her grave, I shall ask his name, that I might carve it in the stone next to hers.
That they might be together. Once and for all.
He's getting a little emotionally invested in this, Clive. I wonder why. Thanks back to Jill. Hey, level up. Thank God, this will actually restore my stuff. And silver penny, which is just money. could always use a potion and spend oodles of the money I have to then buy more, but I'm too cheap for that.
Thank you, my lord, for reuniting them.
In death. Oh, you know, it does reunite us all. It was the same as Shiva in 14, and her night lover was also a dragon, so kinky. Ah.
Praise be to the heavens.
Alright. We'll save here. Praise be to heaven. Yevon? Heaven? It's really hard to do that because Yevon obviously, but well, either way. Yes, this is fine. Every time it scares me with that. Alright, Shula. What other side quest do you have for me?
No, it has to be him.
What has to be who? If you, don't mind my asking.
It's not your asking, I mind. It's my explaining. But I don't see any other way around it. You see, when a baby is born here, we hold a ceremony to welcome them. The rite of immersion, we call it. But I don't know whether Walius was ever afforded that courtesy. What is abundantly clear, though, is that my ancestors never welcomed him as one of us. And I want to change that. The problem is, the ceremony requires 3 ministrators. The baby's parents and a witness.
Okay.
As tributary, the role of witness would normally fall to me. But being Walius's closest living relative, I must play the role of mother.
So you want me to serve as witness in your stead?
That's right. A witness must be a trusty guardian, ready to steer the child through the stormy waters of life and on to tranquility. Which is why I thought of you.
You gave me Walius's witness. Oh, 10,000 of us. Was he born without village of the damned hair? I think he is bald. He does have their eyes because they're, from all the likely inbreeding, their genetic traits are very, entrenched, if you will. I don't think he had hair yet. Unfortunately, I can't pull it up right now because, oh, maybe it'll come up if I, let's see.
It would be my honor.
Yeah, see, since we're done with the main side quest, all it's going to show us is like the generic story bit of where we are right now. Just not the bleach blonde anime hair.
Thank you, Clive.
So, if you will serve as mother and I as witness, who will take on the father's role?
I have a younger brother. He should be making ready for the rite as we speak, though whether he is or not. Let me introduce you.
Please do. If he's anything like his sister, I'm sure we'll get on famously.
I'll bid him come to the Witten Hall. Will you wait for us there?
Gladly.
I like to imagine originally she was like, I could have Clive pretend to be the husband, and she just felt the ominous JoJo's aura of Jill in the background. Which was the right call. She would murder Shula.
Clive, my brother.
If it isn't my old mate Sid!
You?
No.
So you do remember me?
No.
I couldn't disguise. I'm touched.
You two know each other.
My friends and I crossed paths with your brother on our hunt for the dusk crystals. During which we saved his
This
life.
son of a bitch.
3 times, was it?
3, 4, who's counting? All I know is when Shula mentioned she'd called in Sid the Outlaw to help young Walyas, I could be sure that the little rascal was in safe hands. I mean,
For all his
having
glaring
seen
competency,
you in action
actually,
back at the tower, I know
disguised himself, but
exactly
okay.
what you're capable of.
So the mercenary you met in the Sage Spire, that was Clive. And he saved your life. That's a rather different story from the one you told me. And a far likelier one at that. It would appear my family owe you twice over.
Yeah, no, it's still that. Okay.
Whether they admit it or not. Honestly, Fammy, would it kill you to tell the truth once in a while?
Probably.
What? I said sorry, didn't I? How about we save the recriminations until after the ceremony?
Here, Center Pros like a multiply for insufferableness.
Speaking of which,
Yeah.
what does the ceremony involve exactly?
It's simple, really. We each say a short prayer and anoint the child's head with holy water.
Nothing too onerous then.
Not about the rite itself, no. But it does call for some preparation.
Okay.
One of the witness's responsibilities is to collect the holy water, you see. 3 phials for the 3 ministrators. Each
Sure.
taken from a particular place.
Can't be easy, can it? Okay.
Don't worry, though. It's not as if you have to go alone. I can show you the way.
I'd appreciate that.
Famiel, you stay here and ready the Witten Hall.
Leave it to me.
You useless bastard.
If there's anything Jill and I can do to assist you.
We'd be glad to help.
Thank you both.
It felt like Joshua proposed that, assuming she was going to deny them, and he was going to have to stay behind again. But then she's like, no, you can help.
All right then, let's get started, shall we? There are 3 types of holy water that we must collect. The water of the mountain, of the river, and of the sea. We take the water of the mountain from the spring atop Maiden's March. The water of the river from the course that flows through the ruins of Riversmeet. And the water of the sea from the shallows of Tailwind Bay.
After all that, a monster will attempt
Here
to
are
disrupt the
phials we'll be
ceremony.
using in the ceremony.
That could be the case, but I think there's just going to be 3
I'm
fights
ready to leave whenever you are.
at each place where we fight get the water. Empty files. Oh, well, I actually meant to hit. One of a set of small ceramic bottles entrusted to Clive by Shula, that he might fulfill his first duty as witness to Paulius's rite of immersion, and collect the holy water with which the infant will be ceremoniously daubed. Alright, how are we doing here? Oh, this is a new place to go. We'll leave that to the end then. And we'll teleport to here? Here. Well, I say teleport. We teleport. Clive just walks that distance. Actually, Clive might teleport. I don't remember if the fall in technology helps us in that way or not. Oh, hell, I have his untouchable bar right now. Okay.
All right.
How much water are you collecting, Clive? Sounds very refreshing, though.
The water of the river represents life.
The leaf litter makes it extra holy.
Constantly changing. And though its course may twist and turn or branch into 1,000 separate streams, it always flows in the same direction, from source to sea, beginning to end.
Like time. What of Wallius then? When your ancestors froze him, did they remove him from the River of Life?
They did. Like an ice-bound pool that didn't thaw for 80 summers. But now he's free to flow again, to live. And you and I shall flow with him, for we are all but drops of water in the great river of life.
I mean, Clive won't flow with him very long, but...
Really reassuring.
Go on.
A drop of water might seem insignificant on its own, but as a part of a torrent, it can cleave a path through the hardest rock. It makes me believe we humans might just stand a chance.
I believe we might. Take care not to spill it.
Right. Let's save that for the ceremony.
Oh, okay. So we're just gonna have little dialogue scenes instead. I can live with that. Even if I can feel the water making my skills literally rusty now. Yeah, there was no really fast way I need to go around. You know what? Come here, Ambrosia. You are slightly faster than Clive. Well, she's substantially faster than Clive, actually.
Stay back! I'm warning you!
Someone's in trouble. Come on.
No, we have to fight this curl. Okay.
Help! What help? Nobody's coming to...
Are those
Help?
Fammy's two
We're
helpers?
here to help. Keep its attention on us.
Get hit. Torama, oh, you have a name.
Nice try.
Me is accurate to call them helpers even. That applies action on their part. I'm sorry, Torama. Apparently I was prepared for a curl this time. Probably because I'm tired of dying to them. Why are you facing the wrong way? Mood. Yeah, curls have been kind of the bane for you, haven't they? There, we pulled it off. Okay, that actually went very clean. But that's not weird considering how many times I died to these freaking things. Or got beat up by them anyways.
Is anyone hurt?
Oh, Sid! Thank all the clouds in the heavens you came.
You saved us. Again.
These goobers.
You two care to explain what you're doing up here?
The chief sent us to fetch incense for the ceremony. So the Witten Hall smells nice. For the little Ben.
These dumbasses.
You mean to tell me you braved this den of deadly beasts for some tree sap?
You don't have to do everything he says, you know.
Or if you must, at least have the good sense to ask one of our hunters to accompany you.
We're sorry.
It's fine. Just go back to the village before you get yourselves into any more trouble.
Right, you are. Oh, and thanks and that.
I feel like we have done the world a disservice by stopping this obvious case of natural selection.
Give our brother a cuff round the ear when we get back.
All right, well.
Right then. Let's collect this water, shall we?
The story demands it.
The rain that falls on the mountain emerges here in these springs.
Like Merry and Pippin.
The source of the river. The source of life.
Fools of a took.
Precisely. Just one more file to go then.
Nearly done.
Oh. Okay, that one was incredibly short. Fair enough. Tailwind Bay. Or Balkan Skull. Oh, there is a little bit of that to them. To BH. Oh, there you are, Ambrosia. Okay. This is this direction? Yes.
Like the wind.
I just want to listen to their theme. It's a good theme.
All right.
Those enemy wolves want to fight us, but I don't care. I'm just going to run away. The ibex can get to live this time, too.
No mistakes.
Oh, right. This was that one incredibly low fence.
Usually we keep this gate shut tight, but since this is a special occasion...
What kindness. Look, to those ibex, it is a kindness. Yeah, this was a small gate that Clive saw earlier that he's like, well, I can vault this, but the villagers clearly locked it off for a reason.
Thank the tides the weather held. This place can be treacherous when the waves are high. If it weren't for the holy water, no one would ever come down here.
I'll be sure to watch my step.
That was a lot for this, but okay. This is not a small... Journey's End. Clive the Boy Scout.
Water flows to the sea, then rises into the clouds. Just like life, the end is not the end, only a new beginning.
He kind of is, though.
My ancestors chose this place because it was where the first boat landed.
And it's a good thing they didn't land closer to the surge.
Quite.
Oh my god, Clive, why did you climb down that way? What did I do wrong? Well, it might not actually be a fight here. It's not that big, honestly.
The water of the sea. I still can't help but be awed by it.
Oh? All that wave ever made me feel was pity and sorrow for the innocent life trapped inside it.
Okay, but we freed the innocent life.
Child my great-grandfather sacrificed to try to change his people's fate. It was
Change
wrong.
people's fate?
An unforgivable sin. But I often wonder, will my descendants ever forgive me for what I have done? As tributary, I've faced many difficult choices. And though I've always striven to do what's best for my people, here we live in poverty, hidden away from the world. So have my choices denied them a better life, just as my ancestors denied Walyas his?
No.
The world
You do not
outside here
forcibly
sucks.
Sacrifice one of your people to save the others. You do the best you can for all of them, as do I. We share in their woes, just as we share in their joys. And the most we can do is try to bring them more of the latter.
Aye, you're right. And try I shall, to bring all of my people a better tomorrow. Walyas included.
Then I wish you luck. If my time with the boy is any indication, he's going to be quite a handful.
Meanwhile, our sword is just doing lasers in the
And we
background.
must start as we mean to go on, and give him the very best welcome we can.
Where to next, then?
Back to the village, to find out if my brother has made the necessary preparations. Or got his lackeys to do it for him.
I do wonder what Final Fantasy 17 will look like. It's very curious, because 15 to 16 was a huge change, but also 15 itself had such a tortured development. Do you have something new to say, Delina?
How may I be of service?
We can ask you about the future.
I will continue to support Lady Shula.
However she can, Delina continues. Now that she has Walyas to care for, she expects she shall be even busier than before. It has been generations since last they raised the dominant of Leviathan, and it is a great responsibility for anyone to bear. But Lady Shula will not have to bear it alone. Supporting her means supporting them both. It also means preparing for their re-entry into the outside world. They have not the crystals to sustain the glamour for many more moons. Inevitably, there will be those who resist the idea. Their history gives them ample reason to fear life beyond the wall, as does the fact it's a festering cesspool of racism and hate. But that was before they had Walyas and the Ver.
Change is coming.
Whether they like it or not, troubled waters lie ahead, through which Lady Shula must try to steer a course.
And steer one she shall.
With Delina here to provide a steadying hand on the tiller, if ever she should need it. I feel like each game is its own universe with an actual ending and no spin-offs ever. Well, mostly. It's, you know, there's a few exceptions, but as a general rule of thumb, yes. I'm not sure. I've never heard of Dirge of Cerberus. Or Lightning Returns. No, but you forget the best sequel of all, 10-2, with its dress spheres. And its Mish Yuna. Final 7 will start off as an HD game, but over the course of the game, regress until it's back to 8-bit, until you deal enough damage to the final bad guys, start going back up through PS1 graphics up to PS2, then becoming more HD. I cannot see them doing that, but that would be really cool, something like that happening. To be fair, Lightning Returns passes 13 enjoyability. I only ever dipped my toes in 13. I never actually really dug into any of those games, and I don't feel a drive to. I mean, even Final Fantasy IV has a sequel. Yeah. That's a fine way of doing things. I guess we should talk to Famiel, huh?
We have the holy water. Is everything else in place?
All ready to go. Told you could count on me.
Then let us begin. Famiel, have your men summon everyone to the Witten Hall.
Right you are.
Just assumed it was going to have to make me hand over the vials of water.
Shula, wait. I don't know the words.
Don't worry, there aren't many of them. We'll have time enough to practice before people arrive.
That was a cute moment from Clive there, actually. Like, this is a ceremony. Don't I need to say things? I'm diving into 13 Trilogy one day. Again, I haven't done much of the sequels. Yeah, see? Oh, now it blurs it out. But yeah, there's Wallius. He doesn't have hair yet. Aang. I mean, he was frozen for 80 years, which is close enough, really. Inbreeding is a hell of a drug.
Friends, we are gathered here today to welcome this child into our community by the rite of immersion, as has been our custom since the first reign. As tributary, I would normally perform the rite with the child's parents, but Wallius's mother and father returned to the sea long ago. So I and my brother Famiel shall serve as his family, while the one who returned him to us shall bear witness in my stead.
Godric?
Clive, if you would step forward.
Also, is this all the villagers they have? This is not a sustainable population for the threshold of genetic diversity to survive. Also, I'm so used to having to give those things and getting the chance to read the item descriptions that I missed the chance, but it doesn't matter. When your family tree is a pole. Yeah.
Like the rain that falls on the mountains tall, are we born.
Like the river that flows through the valleys below, do we live.
I'm gonna play they kidnap people for the village to stay alive. This is true. The side quest we never even followed up on. The random loser who followed us. Because of the one lady who was a whore outside. That's not fair. A courtesan outside.
Where the currents run free, do we die? And to the clouds then rise again.
Basically, the plow of the hills have eyes. I don't know. Wally still kind of freaks me out a little bit. Like, he's a little bit cuter now that he's at least happy, but I don't know. He still got that creepy young baby look going on, too.
The circle of water is the circle of life. And today, from the heavens falls rain anew. This child, Wallius, now joins our stream, and he shall flow with us, from the mountains to the sea.
CGI babies are fraught with peril and rarely, if ever, look cute. It's true, they don't have the best track record either. Nesme.
You played your part to a T, Clive. Thank you. It means a lot to us.
I was honored to be asked. And terrified I'd miss.
Now that you're part of the family, young Wallius, my lad. Uncle Famiel can teach you the ways of the world.
Oh no, he can't.
Eh?
Don't be so hasty. Your brother's knack for self-preservation might serve him well.
Clive, do not support
You are
him.
never going to let me live that down, are you?
I'm gonna raise Wallius as if he were my own. Teach him everything I know about life, our people, and our past. But with all the mother crystals gone, he will grow up in a world without comforts. One where we only have ourselves and each other to rely on.
I'd say your people are better prepared than most to survive in such a world, Shula. To thrive, indeed, under your guidance.
Only if nature continues to smile on us. If we were to lose her gifts, we'd be left with nothing at all.
Yes. But it needn't come to that. Not if we can stop the spread of the Blight. So long as we can save a single patch of soil, we can plant the seeds for a new world. One where we can all be free.
Perhaps then we might finally be able to step out from behind our curtain.
This feels like the end of the
Till
side
that day
quest.
comes, I wish you good tide.
Thank you.
But I guess we could have done this
We should be on our way.
Well,
before those other three I
be
did.
careful out there.
Aye, you steer clear of trouble now.
Likewise.
Just feels weird to me, like, this should be a side quest that instead of unlocking after I did Shula's other one, would unlock after you do all of them, and would just wrap up the DLC. But I guess not. Water of Life. First Rain Talisman. Oft called pennons on account of their flag-like nature, these quaint hand-woven charms are believed to represent one's journey down the river of life, from first rain to their ultimate return to the sea. Every Mysidian receives dozens of the talismans at their rite of immersion, with hopes that their journey is as long as it is calm. The water of the river represents life, and though its course may twist and turn, it always flows in the same direction, is what Shula said. And it's displayed in Cloud's chambers.
To think, we must be the first outsiders to have witnessed that rite in over a century.
Wallius has been waiting for it for nearly as long. He seemed pleased to be finally rejoining the family.
Now all we have to do is save that family. To change our river's course.
You never step in the same river twice.
Cheers for helping out Halleck and Marnik, by the way. I told them to run at the first sign of trouble, but in fairness, I didn't specify in which direction.
Yeah, of course.
Didn't the chief do well? His performance made all the maidens in the village go misty-eyed.
Nah, that was our incensors doing, I reckon. The smoke like?
Yes, all the maids in the village. You mean all your first and second cousins? You got anything new to say, Delina?
How may I be of service?
No, you don't.
I bid you good tide.
Rest of the Rio Grande runs. Now there's an invisible force field preventing me from entering again.
Wallius is asleep. Meeting every one of your friends and relatives in the space of a single day is enough to tire anyone out.
Huh. Alright. Is there... Oh, maybe I need to use all these aquamarines up and it'll unlock the other things for me.
Oh, yes, is a little sweet.
Yes?
Like, all these are less good. Oh. When did this happen? Illudium Belt. It is in mankind's nature to ever seek that... Oh my god. Have I been able to make this the entire time? It is in mankind's nature to ever seek that which is stronger, more beautiful, more divine. Then, upon finding it, to begin his search anew. Although Illudium is the stuff you get from doing the Kairos Gate, so... The Notch Tang is from the Tonberry. I have 2 of them, though. An Obtainium.
I'd like to see another smith do better.
It really is just that. An Illudium wristlets. Interesting. They give you... Huh. Blacksmiths can prove overly proud creatures. Tell one there exists a sword keener than any he has created, and he will work the grindstone day and night until his blades are as thin as a fairy's wing. Tell one there exists no metal harder than adamantite, and he will tear apart an entire mountain with his own bare hands to prove you wrong.
There.
Where the hell do I get Ageless Odorament and Ageless Oilstone?
Flawless. There.
Huh. Do I have anything I can do here? Oh, I can improve these, but there's no point right now anymore because I got the better things from the Illudium. Never really got to make a better sword, huh? Interesting.
You don't reckon Shula's thinking of dispelling?
Alright. Well. Langer Falls. There's nothing here, though. Okay. So, got about an hour left. So, first... I'm sure I have at least a few more lore things to do. We'll talk to people, we'll look at a thing in Clive's chamber. I forgot I set this music to be this way. What's up, Joshua?
Clive.
Oh, they don't have anything else for me for that. Okay. Do you have anything to do, Blackthorn?
Trouble with your gear, or something for you, dear?
No.
Else?
Okay. All right. What we'll do, we'll stay off right here in front of Hippocrates. So I missed it, but Clive's and Joshua's half-bro is dead now. Yes. He either never existed or at a very young age was basically taken over by Ultima. Which, trying to stop that is when Dion accidentally kills his dad because Ultima is an asshole. And that caused Dion to have his whole thing, too. And that concluded after we did that whole thing. That was when our Clive and Joshua's mom ended up dying to falling rubble. Because, of course, we can't actually kill her. Any other questions you have, I'm sure Katie can answer. But I'm going to go get a drink before I read this. Although it shouldn't be too much, because I should have done most of it. So I'll be right back in a few minutes. Until then. Oh, I'm back. I didn't even know he wasn't Vessel for Ultima. I just thought he was a vapid medieval iPad kid. He mostly exists as an extra way for Ultima to control Clive's shitty mom, to use her shitty powers for extra evil. Pretty much. Like, we never did get an explanation for why Ultima used him, or even how. Maybe Ultima could always, if he had chosen to, hijack anyone with potential dominant blood, maybe? Since he could also appear to Bernie. But, But it's not like he did enough, or was important enough, that the Ultima reveal was impactful. All right.
Knowledge hoarded is knowledge lost. You wish to study the tomes?
All right. Oh, they're gonna have me have to talk about that thing where it's like, oh, they're actually secretly Thamiel, Mode of Water, Shula's younger brother. Shula's younger brother, tasked with venturing beyond the wall to secure funds and supplies for the modes of water. Most crucially, the dust crystals that he and the brothers Halleck and Marnik mined from the Sage Spire. Who the hell names their children Halleck and Marnik? It should either be like Harlick and Marnik or Halleck and Manic or something like that. Don't do these half measures. After their parents' passing, Thamiel was raised by his sister, who elected to put his roguish charm and thirst for adventure to use in service of their community, in return for a solemn pledge that he would keep his true identity a secret. As Wallius's closest living male relative, it was Thamiel's responsibility to take the father's role in the child's rite of immersion, which, to the surprise of everyone involved, he handled with aplomb. Also, maybe they do harvest other people for some genetic diversity, although we never did get a side quest to follow up on that, which is very weird. But otherwise, considering the obvious strength of their genetic traits, and the fact that there must have been a fair amount of inbreeding, it's a little awkward to have a brother and sister stand in for the father and mother in this case. Like, I think in a vacuum it would be more innocent, but you know, fortunately, I don't think any lady would have enough bad taste for Thamiel. One of Thamiel's familiars and fellow member of the Moat of Water, he and his companion Marnik were tasked with mining dust crystals from the sleeping Sage Spire, until the tower awakened, and the two came within a fallen abomination's fingernail of losing their lives. After being saved by Clive and returning to Mysidia, the brothers turned their attention to assisting their leader's starring return. Oh, Jesus. To assisting their leader's starring turn in Wallius's rite of immersion, somehow coming within a curl's whisker of certain death in their hunt for incense. Basically the same thing, but I'll do it anyways. One of Thamiel's familiars and fellow member of the Moats of Water, he and his companion Halleck were tasked with mining dust crystals from the sleeping Sage Spire, a task that came to an inauspicious end when the tower awoke. Though his loose lips and less than lion-hearted nature have the habit of rousing Thamiel's ire, his enthusiasm for undertaking any adventure his leader asks of him, whether it be delving deeper into a fallen facility to mine crystals, or bearding. I don't think I've ever seen it used in that way, but I'm sure it's fine. Or bearding a curl's den for a sample of tree sap, remain a constant source of approval. Okay, A New Hope. Shula, Star Wars. Tributary of Mysidia, battle haven of the Moats of Water, an elder sister to Thamiel, who she raised from a young age after their parents passed away. With her lifelong dream of saving Wallius made reality, she did what her forebears did not, and welcomed the child into the family by means of the rite of immersion. She promises to care for the boy as if he were her own son, hoping against hope that he will prove a rather less troublemaking charge than her wayward brother. I guess fair silver hair is a sign of inbreeding across multiple genres, like the Targaryens. That might be part of why I'm like harping on this so much. Combine that with, of course, that there is the Game of Thrones-esque influence. Now, I said it way back when, I'll repeat it now again. It's more in a broad, general sense of the impact that has had on fantasy genre across regular writing. It's clearly that, like, whole subgenre it almost invented, they were just taking cues from that. But I think it's fair to say that Game of Thrones, specifically A Song of Ice and Fire, is what kind of solidified a lot of those and made them more prominent, to thus have that impact. The freaky Leviathan avatar, baby. Warriors. The current dominant of Leviathan, born into the family of the tributary of the moats of water some 80 years ago. After Clive and his allies effected his release from a decades-long imprisonment, Shula brought baby Warriors back to Haven, where he was officially and warmly welcomed into the family by means of the rite of immersion. So many of these. Delina, keeper of the witch's grave, adjutant to Shula, tributary of Haven, who ministers to the affairs of the moats of water when her leader is otherwise indisposed, likely to be more often than not, now that Shula has Warriors to take care of. Among Delina's myriad responsibilities is tending the grave of the Witch of the North, a duty passed down to her from her great-grandmother, who cared for the woman in her final days. My bad. And erected the stone after her passing. In a tale known only to the families of Delina and the tributary, this same ancestor once came across a knight praying before the grave. Perhaps the same man who once swore to defend the witch with his life. So hair could also be a sign of descent from angelic beings, at least if you have that in the setting. This is true. Also, if it was like, this is more like that kind of like white silver anime style hair, but if it was more like actually silver too, you could maybe say like there might be some like earth elemental lineage possibly. Or most people will go scaly if they're going with that, but you could always say like maybe some light draconic heritage. A new world created by Hidetaka Miyazaki Clang and George Martin. Yamila, once a courtesan of the Vale, who ventured beyond the Mysidian glamour to earn much-needed coin for her family. There, she fell in love with a sensitive Sanberqua soul. But knowing that she could never reveal to him her true identity without putting her people in danger, she fled home, only to meet with him again in Mysidia. Now she divides her time between cooing with Herve and caring for her sister, a new mother who has volunteered to be Wallace's wet nurse. Maybe those watermouse just like silver hair. So I guess the implication here is that her parents and the whole village accepted that they could have Herve with them, and they didn't just murder him for learning a secret. It would have been nice if that actually came up to us. I'll never not crack up upon hearing, saying J.R.R. Tolkien, but Jolkin, Rolkin, Tolkien? Oh man, that's like a tongue twister right there. Bonnet, Mysidia's master of the healing arts, who attends to her countrymen's ailments with traditional medicines and charms. Taylor proved a particularly difficult patient, as none of the experimental decoctions bubbling away in her kitchens proved effective against a Tonberry curse. So I had no power, no internet when you started this back up. Is this new DLC? Yeah, so I'm wrapping this up. Oh, this is the end of it tonight. But yeah, I did the Fallen DLC. That was basically like 1 1/5 streams, and then the rest of it was the other one, the Leviathan one, which came with 2 new icons. Leviathan is the fish gun, and Ultima is the angelic laser beam one that you can hardly see anything happening with. And yeah, we fought Leviathan, did a couple of things. They're kind of small DLCs, but this is also a shorter kind of game. These action games live more on like replayability. And I have been kind of tempted to like, once this is done, I might go through Final Fantasy mode and struggle through that. But that's not worth streaming at all. Taylor, father of Pavad, blacksmith of Haven. In his younger years, Taylor was one of the chosen few permitted to travel beyond the Mysidia's borders to trade with the outside world. Alas, on one ill-fated trip, he was arrested by the Gregorian Inquisition and tortured as a heretic. When the sight of Clive's longsword reopened those old wounds, he made an offering of his Gregorian Maternoster to a Tottenberry altar, hoping to bring a curse upon those who had terrorized him so many years earlier. Okay. Issei, a woman of the Northern Territories and dominant of Shiva before Jill, who breathed her last some 80 years ago. She had been employed by the Northern Thanes to weave a spell to stop time, that they might prevent the fall of Drake's Eye. To this end, they brought her to Mysidia, where she labored night and day to perfect the magic that might save her nation, watched over all the while by a knight whose thoughts were only ever of protecting his lady. She looks like she's about to offer thee an accord. She does kind of have a little bit of a Melina look to her, doesn't she? Like if Jill and Melina did a Dragon Ball Z style fusion. So is the DLC set before the game's ending, or is Clive no longer dead? It is set before the game's ending, Yelena. It doesn't alter the ending at all. Although it feels in some ways like it kind of sets up to do it, but it doesn't. Which is fair enough. I feel like it'd be kind of shitty if they did that. Although at the same time, you know, it's kind of not super satisfying how Clive dies, but also you could see it building up to it in the story too, so it is what it is. What is new here? The Air of Hours. Northern culture. Atop one of the region's highest peaks sits this ancient stone temple, awash in the glow of an ethereal blue light. It is believed that the structure may have once been a place of worship, where the ancient peoples of the north made offerings to the icon Shiva, while the now infamous Witch of the North used the temple during her research into the development of chronomancy. The Air of Hours did not get its name, however, until the magical Vare contained within halls was used by the moats of water to halt Leviathan's rampage and seal him within the surge. Rivers meet. So severe was Leviathan's wrath 80 years ago that much of Mysidia's terrain was forever altered. From the sea rushed in a wall of water, toppling trees, cutting new canyons, and swallowing homes. When the waters finally receded, the land was unrecognizable. Lakes where there had been none, rivers joined where once they had been separate. The sunken ruins of Riversmeet is one such place. Langer Falls, a magnificent waterfall overlooking the ruins of an ancient northern settlement. It was here that baby Wallius's mother, unable to bear the pain of losing her son to sacrifice, took her life, casting herself off the cataract's lip and into the rocks below. A trace of her life ether, however, must have remained, as her son's eggy Thalos was inexplicably drawn to this very spot over 80 winters later. Alright. Mysteries of the Realm. Fortunately, I'd done the bulk of these last time. Glamour cairns. Glowing pillars of stacked stone found scattered around Mysidia. They are filled with dusk crystals mined from the Sage Spire. The magic they channel maintaining the glamour that keeps the land hidden. Given the dusk crystal's fragility, replacing shattered fragments is an unending task, as is carefully attuning the flow of ether through them. The skill with which the bearers of Haven have handled this onerous duty for generations is another reason why those born with their gift are embraced by their fellow motes of water. The Rite of Immersion. a traditional ceremony of the moats of water used to welcome newborn babes into the family. It calls for 3 administrators, the child's mother and father, or closest living male and female relative, and a trusted guardian to serve as witness, most often the tributary of the time. The latter is responsible for collecting 3 vials of holy water, with which the infant's head is anointed, representing the course of the great river of life to which the new raindrop is to be joined. And the glamour, an ethereal dome woven by the moats of water to shield their hidden home from Mysidia, from prying eyes. It is maintained by a series of ether-channeling cairns filled with shards of dust crystal mined from the sage spire. Now that the Magitech Mother Crystal is no more, the moats of water have only a small stockpile of dust crystals remaining to sustain the glamour. It is but a matter of time before their supplies are exhausted and their curtain finally falls. Alright, and my favorite part, the bestiary. Oh, they just did it for these guys, okay. Thalos, a corporeal manifestation of the dominant Walias's fear and anguish. This water-bound elemental, or Iggy, carved a trail of slaughter through Mysidia's primeval wood before arriving at the foot of Langer Falls. According to the people of Haven, it was here that the baby's mother was said to have taken her life upon learning her son's fate. The Timekeeper. Before the Timekeeper became Guardian of the Vare, he was a northern bannerman in service of the Dominant of Ice, XVI. When the spell ultimately failed and the Thanes turned their attentions to the ill-starred assault on Rosaria, the two were separated. And when he returned to Mysidia to stand with his lady once more, it was too late. Yet still he remained loyal to the last, having pledged both life and afterlife to his lady, his spirit empowered with her song. And then the Tonberry King. Tonberry kings are not of noble blood, nor do they rule over their tribe. They are simply those individuals who have survived long enough to accumulate significant amounts of rancor. Their hearts stained black with rage. These elders tend to be not only the most violent and bloodthirsty of their kin, but also the strongest and most nimble, despite their advanced years. Some believe that one may curse his enemy by making an offering to these kings, but science would suggest this is pure fancy. Alright.
Did you learn everything you needed?
You know, okay. One other thing I want to do before we mess with the Already Stone. Because I'm missing a couple things. And maybe they were like random creatures I need to find or something? Let's see.
So, what it be?
So, it's Ageless, Oilstone, and Odorament. I am going to do that awful thing that we've done because we are called by technology and use the internet. Ageless Odorament. 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 Okay. I missed chest, it looks like. Oh my goodness, are you kidding me? Oh, I need to go and look in the thing in Cloud's chamber too. We'll be back here in a second anyways. This is gonna be really sad. I thought I explored Haven too. The thing I just said, we're like, you actually likely not to have explored this because why would you?
It's gonna be a long winter.
You said it was gonna be somewhere over here, I believe. Although maybe I'm blind. I'll look at Herv here.
Ah, just the man I've been wanting to speak to.
Hervé, I see you're still here.
Why is this dialogue?
Here I am to stay. I've been accepted as part of the family and get to spend the rest of my life with the woman I love. Oh, I could shout it from the mountaintops!
But you won't, because you know our secret must be kept on pain of death, don't you? Forgive us. This is all still rather new.
No, kill him.
But it's decided. He's allowed to stay.
He is. On the condition that he agrees to abide by our laws and work for the good of us all, never leaving this place save with the tributary's permission.
As if I'd ever want to. I'd sooner die than be parted from my little canary again.
Well, be sure to think about that next time you feel like shouting from the mountaintops.
But my little canary, all I ever think about is you.
Oh, God.
I'm sure the two of you will be very happy.
And should that ever change, I can always beg the tributary to reverse her judgment.
Please do.
But thank you for everything.
Man, okay. So they did follow up on that side quest. It was just dialogue I missed until now. Good to know, I guess.
Don't worry. Even if I do unwittingly break the rules, at least I'll die happy.
Really?
Hervé's enthusiasm was one of the things that first attracted me to him. I only hope we can turn it to more productive ends.
Okay, the gen line can branch now. Where is... Am I blind? Oh my God. Well, there's one. Ageless Adornment. No wonder, the way the freaking light was, it threw me off. I was found about a carnivorous katydid called the Texas chunk, colloquially the red-eyed devil. Its ability to eat small birds. Just thought I'd share that since it actually spooked even me. That is pretty terrifying. Like, we're not small birds, but still. Okay, Aegis Oilstone is in. Oh, I thought I checked there too. I guess I didn't. So these were both in chests that I just did not look at and find. I thought I actually looked in Tailwind Bay properly, but I guess I didn't. Let's just whip out these guys. Oh, there it is. Man. Okay. And here I thought that was like a whole thing I missed, like things to fight, and now I just missed 2 random chests. Well, we'll make all the... We'll make them anyways, because why not?
Trouble with your gear, or Sanktfordian, dear? Not bad, if I do say so myself. No scratches, right?
Alright, now, let's go, and we'll just mess around with the Ready Stone until it's time to wrap up. But yeah, that is everything. Again, I think to get the true value out of it, it will probably merit me playing it again, which I'm tempted to do. That's not fair. I think it was so worth it to have gotten it. But it is one of those ones that to get like a full value out of it, replayability would work out better, I think. Versus some DLC kind of is enough on its own to kind of like stand, like, just be a one and done. Anyways, we'll do this because since I'm here, maybe this one will actually be a challenge. I think I've done these. Actually, wait, did I even bother doing these? Whatever. Let's just pop this again, because why not? Oh, that's what you're doing there. This was a bad angle to do this, Oh, look at that. I was busy doing stuff. Yeah, I bet you are the best viewers on That Not Shown, and you are also now banned here. Prank on Chris. Okay, I actually did pull that all off enough. Wait, no, I didn't get all bonuses? Oh, I didn't actually use the Leviathan stuff enough. That was dumb of me. Oh, well, whatever. Let's keep going. I actually got an S rank there, but that's not super hard. In many ways, I find it easier when they take things away. Because unless we just focus on using the one, I don't need to consider having to combine the other things. So that and that, okay. Let's explode you some. That one didn't feel smooth either, but it probably still worked. Oh, I didn't do a punish, right? Because that's when you have to hit one that's down. Ugh. Getting so bad at that, but I don't think time bonus... either way. I do think probably Final Fantasy Milk would kick my butt, but I feel like action focus I'm mostly pretty decent at handling. Let's see. This is Abyssal Tear and Tsunami are the two I get here. That's right. I don't even want to deal with the bombs. I'm like, nope. I should have actually probably saved stuff. I should be fine though. So looking at SR, I'm not even getting everything for it, and it's still enough. Alright. Actually, I say that S might not be the highest rank. I assume it is. I don't think this goes to SS or SSS, but... Be angry. Rawr. I think Leviathan is just also powerful. Tsunami and Deluge. I keep messing it up. Do damage. I got a semi-prime finish at least. Final trial, Proctor Slade. Hey. Oh, there we go. I can feel satisfied with that. I might not actually have, now that I think about it. I don't know if I actually did the other ones of those off stream or not. Return. I hadn't done them at all. Okay. Well, instead of doing those, I don't know if I... Now go for SSS rank. I probably don't have enough time to go through Kairos Gate, but maybe. Let's back out. Oh, that reminds me. What? So this one I made was these three. I never used that bit of him, though. So instead... let's use Shiva. Let's use Odin. Maybe Leviathan. He does give you distance in that. The other option is I could try to use Garuda. Oh, right. That's why I would have Shiva be like that. That's right. No, I remember why I wanted to be Ultima, though. In which case, it's just going to be this one again anyways, then. Okay, we'll use this one, then. Because I don't have these things actually paid for. Okay. Oh, there's something else I can show off, too. So, because I did all the Kairos Gate stuff, I can show off the weapons. So, Omega weapons I have currently equipped, but you get these Radiant versions. So, like, if we go back up here, so like this is what they look like: Stormcry, Flame Tongue. The Radiant weapons are all of them, but shiny. Radiant Flame Tongue's on fire. Radiant Lemon Bowl, actually kind of like the look of too. Radiant Grindstone, Radiant Brightbird. These are the icon weapons. Radiant Tide Strike, Radiant Ice Brand, and then Radiant Everdark, which I was using, which is the edgy one. Yeah, I had a high score of B, because I actually got through this, so it's not super bad. Let's see how quickly I can go through this. I don't think I can go that quickly, but we'll give it a try. Enhancements. I'm going to save that stuff for now, but... damage boost, recast, time. Where's the biggest thing? What was that one game Katie was playing where the ladies in a maid outfit kept calling the main character your radiance? That is not coming to me off the top of my head. Oh, you can't pay for score bonus right away. Gotcha. Fiend enemy with iconic ability, though. Okay. This one's actually probably the one that's most worth doing. Yeah, I'm sure I actually know off the top of my head what that one is. May outfits may have been her doing though, like alternate outfits. Even with that, your radiance. Okay. Next circle. I didn't even see where. That's fine. So getting this would just give me a huge bit to start with. Although actually, maybe I should have held off for a second. That's fine though. You hit me. Actually might have messed this up a little bit by doing it this way. There's good with your range JFG, and the first result was Shining Resonance refrain, so maybe that one. Is that one I maybe... Oh, I only got an A there? Ugh. Not great, actually. I would rather have started with an S. Shining Resonance Refrain. That doesn't sound familiar to me. But also, sometimes names don't stick with me the best, too. 5 melee, 5 aerial, 4 melee. Okay. The important thing, though, is let's pick up... Actually, wait a second. Enhancements. Boon duration. Yes. Bow performance, that's actually pretty good for that, too, but this is fine. I think score bonus in general. I almost never get that. Parents, no, okay. Well, let's just get score bonus. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't really sound super familiar to me, but... So the trick I usually found, and I should have just started with Shiva here. This one should be pretty big, though, although I lost some of the technical bonus, but that's okay. Oh my god. Holy moly. They did a lot of damage there, which is not great. Good night, Katie. You ever get beat up by some birds? There I did anyways. I don't remember that at all, so maybe that's one I missed. Oh, thank God some HP restored off this. Okay. Yeah, like part of this is I'm not getting things to make myself more survivable just because I'm trying to gain some points for stuff. Because getting these score things will pay off in the long run. Although I'm going to be spending these too, so maybe it won't be for as much as I think, but that's okay. Alright. Oh, this one has aerial to it? Hmm. I don't like dealing with aerial enemies, so I just usually do Ultima's Omega thing to just get rid of them. Oh, this was kind of a waste, actually. Wipe these guys out. I'm just doing not great. These are always nice though. Get Gigust. Let's just destroy you if I can. I lost out on the stagger there, but that's okay. I don't think I'll get an S rank for that one either. That's fine. Okay, no, I did. Alright. Rima, time bonus. Okay. That was 3 or 4. But yeah, so you can go for more survivability or you can go for score. There's no way I get S's throughout. If I did get S's throughout, I'd be kind of mad at that, so. A boon has faded. Is it for me to... That's 2,000. Potion Speed Lily is probably for the best. This would you be it by 30. This one's the more valuable one, though. I think maybe just going for just score bonus is the way to go. You also try not to actually get... This is probably a waste, but I'm gonna do it anyways. this gonna be good? Okay, good. Okay, so they have flyers in it, okay. Technical bonus. Or did it? It might not have, actually. Ooh, this is gonna not. Oh, you got me out of it. Oh, I didn't even realize I was. Ah, that's fine. I thought I was. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, down to A. Ugh. Okay, well, that's fine. Yeah, because the boss battle's kind of weird with the one they start with. And they save the one that would be more logical for other reasons. Boon potency. Ass. Does kind of look like that, doesn't it? So. Okay, these are bigger ones. Although neither of these is going to be really terribly worth it, is it? I think I might just want to take this one and not get stuff for it because this one's hard to get. We'll do score bonus, I guess. Ass A. Barely really saving any time with this, but that's okay. I messed that up. That's okay. I wasn't even close. My score is not great here, so that's going to be okay. We'll do damage at least. I'm only gonna get a C though. I should have pumped up my score bonus way more. Infernal Lafrite Slain. I did better last time. Well, no, I didn't. I did slightly better there. Okay. Okay. Oh, I didn't get a time bonus as much last time. Okay. So yeah, so this is, you know, it's also a good way to fight at least, I think, the most fun bosses. Like Afreet, maybe not quite so much. It is now a Sab. Okay, this one will pay off, I think, though. Okay, melee 6, range 5, melee 6. So maybe as a wave 3 we'll use Gird. That's fine. Yeah, Ultima's probably good, but I don't know how to keep Ultima as a good score. Guggen Asabs. Ooh. Oh, this is a mistake. No, maybe not.
Nice try.
Oh. Honestly, I should have just done this right away. I forgot range enemies are kind of more annoying than the others, really. Okay, you know what? You guys are being rude. I don't appreciate it. That said, that actually went really well score-wise. And yeah, this Rima's worth like, I don't know, 1,000 gil or something each, so you make money while you're doing this too. Well, I won't be able to get the right score on command later, but I did get an S there, so as you requested, Donnie, Asabs are in fact the way. Enhancements. I need to save up for boon duration again. Okay. Melee 6, range 4, aerial 2, and a large one. Okay. I might regret that, but whatever. Just blowing through this one. I won't get a great score on this one, but that's okay. Or I can just get it back here. This is always worth a good chunk. Yeah, there we go. Another bonus there at least. Yeah, I didn't build up. Yeah, just a B. Yeah, so what I'm not doing well here is the keys. You should build up your multiplier first and then try to do a bunch of damage. So the trick here with the Kairos Gate is balancing winning and survival versus score. But see, the boons are worthwhile though, because style points, yeah. With these going, we'll get more for these too, so. I'm not getting any points to survivability or damage or anything right now, but this is melee 6, melee 4, range 2, large 2. Ooh, large 2 is gonna be rough. I don't think these guys are super bad, but... So really what I need to be doing here is I need to be... I'll better just do this on this second wave. And technical bonus up though, so that's okay. Oh. Ooh, that didn't work out very well either. That's okay. I'm not investing in things that give me survivability. A C rank! Oh, I should have been styling there. Instead of styling, I was just face tanking. It hurts. It hurts. Also, you can like switch between like everything on any given floor. So you could optimize here in a way that's definitely better than I'm doing. Large 1, melee 5, large 1, and melee 2. Okay. I still have both boons going, right? Yeah, I do. Okay. I need to spend up for that. Okay, it's into the next circle. I'm playing with fire with... Oh, I forgot you're the really annoying one. Yeah, well, I'll get at least a full thing off this. Did I want to hold this? I don't think I did. That's fine. Ooh. Okay, I need to be actually careful here because I'm dying. Okay, well, I at least survived. Oh. Well, this is a problem. This is very much a problem. Magic Pixel. Yeah, bonus BP is good there, though. I definitely was too reliant on that killing him. And now I have to go through the boss fight of 2, which is Benedicta, without that. So this might be another scuffed Kairos Gate run, which is fine. I don't really have a ton of time anyways, but... Okay. Okay, what I'll do... That's not even really super valuable for her, so we'll hold off on that. What I'll do, though, is I'll increase... Hey, Benedict, it's been a while. Yeah. I won't do that one. Okay, let's do this one. We'll do this one. The 5. I will do this one. I just need to do very well against her. That's all. What's the worst that could happen? Fortunately, she actually has a pretty good timing for using some of these things. God damn, you're annoying. Oh, crap, 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 crap. I got cocky. This might be enough. It's okay. I might be able to scuff my way through this. Punch through. Oh. Well, I face tanked through that, which is fine. Oh. Ow. Oh, is this it?
I can't go on.
Yup, it is. Ah. Damn, I died to her again. So, I guess it works out time-wise. The sad thing is, I've beaten this, but I guess it's not to happen on stream, which is fine. This one is Hugo, and then the final one is Barnabas, which makes sense. If you manage to S rank all of them, although this might only be on Final Fantasy mode, you fight the inner Clive, which, you know, you would think would be the first one, but no, you don't get that QTE again, which is a shame, because that's the best moment of that fight. It's just a straight fight with her. Now, in fairness, I did make it harder on myself because I kept going for score and I didn't put anything into defense and stuff, but, you know. Yeah. Not what I meant to do, actually. Close. Oh, you need to go through the whole thing. Does it say... I wanted to see if it would show, like, what I've scored on there, but I guess not. Yeah. No. Good night. I'm going to wrap up here, too. Let's just exit out real fast and save. But yeah, that's it for Final Fantasy XVI. I'm not going to do any more DLC or anything for it, so... Still like it. Still feel like I'm not great at this kind of game, but... I'm alright. Yeah, so well, everyone. I'll just leave it out on it doing this. This was a good song. But yeah, everyone sleep well.